What a weekend of boxing we've just had. Now, a lot of people are the purists of the boxing and the ones that are all let's call them the hardcore, the ones that like, the technical side of it and all that. Will hate it. They'll have hated it. But from entertainment point of view, what a weekend. I'm talking mainly about Tony Bellew and the Haymaker David Haye. Now, if you didn't enjoy that on Saturday, you've got problems. I'm sorry, you have got problems because, look, and I'm not even talking about the fight necessarily, I'm just talking about the whole thing. I thought it was great. I thought it was good fun. I thought, no one got hurt. So let's talk a bit around what happened for anyone that hasn't seen it. So, Tony Bellew fought BJ Flores for his cruiserweight WBC cruiserweight title in Liverpool. Now, Flores is big mates with David Haye. David Haye beforehand turned around and said, I think Flores beats Bellew easy. I don't for 1 second think David Haye believed that. But he said it, so obviously Bellew, being a passionate guy, got himself wound up, so on and so forth. So then Bellew fought Flores, did a job on him, I think third or fourth round. And in all fairness, it was a like Flores, just crap, wasn't he? He was a punching bag. I was a bit disappointed with him and what he bought. I thought he'd be a lot better than he were. In all fairness, he did catch. I think he won the first round, and then I think he caught Bellew, I think in the second. But it was just he just looked ill, didn't he? And he looked fleshy, and Bellew did the job. I mean, Bellew's a power puncher, isn't he? The thing is with Bellew is, or Bellew or whatever you're calling him. I like the guy, and I don't particularly think he's the best boxer in the world. I'm not saying that for one reason. I think he's a bit of an underrated boxer, but I also think Matchroom and Eddie Hearn have marketed him and matched him to make him look better and probably make him a lot more money than he should have done, and have him a belt that he probably shouldn't have. But anyway, Bellew did the job, and then next thing he's diving out the ring. David Haye stood there at ringside. Haye, in all fairness to him, just looked like, what on earth is happening here? I think he thought a bit of something might be said, but he just looked like a deer in headlights. Bellew was saying, did you see that? I've just knocked your mate out, so on and so forth. I want you now. And then they calmed it all down a little bit. They got Bellew back in the ring, and he came, the Sky guy, I think Andy Lee's called, got on the microphone and said, what do you reckon to that? And Bellew was giving it, you're a bum, you've been fighting bums, you've been ripping the public off. Things that we've all, as a boxing fan, I've said it on my channel, all we've been saying it, and he just stood there like, shit. Where has this come from? And I listened to Johnny Nelson after, I think with IFL TV, and he sort of said that he knows Haye, or it might have been Dave Caldwell. They know Haye, they know him well, and he will not have liked that. That'll have been like the thought of 10,000 people or whatever they were in an arena laughing at him. Is like the idea of hell to Haye. But that got calmed down, and there are a few things said, your SpongeBob SquarePants and all this rubbish, which was a bit of a bad line. I think he meant Sideshow Bob. But it got calmed down, and then Haye did an interview after with Sky Sports. He was the analyst there, and he was going, if I beat him with my left hand, well, beat Bellew with my left hand only, which adds to it. Now, for entertainment, you can't beat that. I'm sorry. It was, it weren't. It was all a bit of fun. There were some witty lines said by both, and it's a fight. If you said to me a year ago, Bellew v Haye, I'd probably just have been a bit like, But now I actually want to see that fight. I think it's a good fight. The best at cruiserweight in the past 10 years, I'd say for me, has been Haye. against Bellew, who's a WBC. So it's a good fight. I know they've got a bit of history as well in the amateur gym. So it is good, and I think, well, that fight, I don't, but there's all this saying whoever lands first wins. Nah, David Haye wins that fight. Haye's too big for Bellew. I think if they did it at like 210, 215, 220 even, I think Haye's too slick, too powerful, too big for Tony Bellew. But again, Bellew comes in and he proves people wrong. Like the Makabu fight. But I just think it'd be a great build-up because they both know how to sell a fight. There'd be a few little instances here and there, and I think they obviously do. I think Bellew especially respects David Haye. You listen to him and say, you know what, he is actually a very good boxer, but it's always that but. So, but if I had to put my money on that one, I'd be saying Haye for the win, quite comfortably. But as I say, great fight. Looking forward to it. I'd rather have something like that than one of these shitty little fights. And also a big shout out to Luke Campbell as well. Watch Luke Campbell against Derry Matthews. I've always been a big Derry Matthews fan. I think he's entertaining. He's a good boxer. Probably a little bit underrated, but Campbell did an absolute job on him. Them body punches were horrendous. He did well to get up from the first one. And I think next they've got to start pushing him towards. I'd go for Terry Flanagan. I think Terry Flanagan v Campbell's a good fight. But we'll do another video around that. This is more on Bellew and Haye. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Probably not going to do a classic round today, but we'll try.